What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Joma. My name is Splattercat. If you're new to the Nerd Castle, we are playing Imagine Earth, which is a fun little game by the Serious Brothers, and I'm actually really interested in seeing where this city, where this city builder goes. I guess that is the proper motif that I was going off on. Let's go ahead and repair our power plant right there before it like blows up and wipes out something else and then just causes all kinds of problems to us. If there's one thing that's not okay in my society, spontaneous explosions. Please don't. Just refrain. I would prefer it if you did. But anyways, I'm actually really interested to see where this game is going. I'm always a skeptic. Oh man, where's the natural disaster at? Oh, weak. If it destroys my ruins, I'm gonna be very upset. It doesn't appear to be moving around very much. Oh, it is. It's headed straight for the ruins. Welp. At least it's not my fault. The ancient burial grounds can haunt the tornado for however long it continues living. That'd be weird though if you had just ghosts haunting the air, because there's a lot of particulate matter that goes into one tornado. And do they have to haunt it all, or would they just like haunt the dust particles that are most guilty? Like, how would that work? Exactly. But without thinking on it too much, we have extra supplies right now that we can drop on in. We have enough for one more city center, so let's go ahead and do that. There are tornadoes everywhere right now, and this city center is about to get whomped. Ooh, it dispersed just in time. Awesome. I'm actually pretty pleased about that. I'm thinking that if I can move some extra factories around a little bit, we're going to be in a much better position. Good news, everyone! We developed greenhouses which work excellent without fertile soils. Okay, and so take care of global warming. Keeping it under 50% of the critical level will be rewarded by the company. Oh, we're only at 9%. I mean, I don't want to sound like a jaded asshole right now, but we got like 41% worth of destruction more that we can do. Why am I even tiptoeing around? I should just be like, coal plant here, nuclear reactor here, this thing runs on the blood of dead fish and tuna, this thing right here runs on polar bear corpses. Like, I should just not be caring at all right now. I mean, if we're taking this at face, I'm just kidding. I love polar bears. The forest on Joma can't compensate the greenhouse gases of your colony anymore. The government now subsidizes expensive reforestation. That's what I was waiting for, actually. We need to reforest. A lot of my potential development is going to be taking place on this continent from now on. And so what I'd like to do is also to get a cash bonus, maybe start putting in some forests. Oh, we need a development coin. Okay, so we need to go a little bit further. I think they said my next development coin... Oh, we're at 11%. Damn. Okay, so things are not going well for us right now. Well, how do greenhouses function? Let's have a look at greenhouses. So greenhouses still hurt the environment. Do they hurt as much as these? Oh, they don't hurt as much as those. Okay, so we might consider greenhouses then. So those do a -8 to the environment, and they soil pollute as well. Whereas the greenhouses do -4, -4, but you get less food out and you can't gain the bonus. Do they cost more or something? Oh, they do. They're more expensive. Balls. Okay, so they're way more expensive to run, and so I feel like I'm just passing the buck on my problems right here. Definitely feel like a lot of my issues are circular, like I can lean them in one way or the other, but either way you're gonna have a problem. So I think what I should do is let's reforest. Well, I can't do that right now. We need more population. Okay, well, in the interest of increasing our population count, let's have a look-see right here. And I'm thinking that... what can we do with what we have? We can upgrade some of these factories to have robots, obviously. That's gonna hurt the environment, but it does take pressure off having to build more factories that will be even worse. So I'm thinking, what is this right here? What is it telling me? What do these swooshy tiger stripes mean? Means there's a new thing. Where is it? A wind park. A wind park works best on windy coastal terrain. It's a very clean form of power generation with minimal pollution. God, there are so many things that I want to buy right now that I feel like, but I've already dropped coins on energy production, so I may stick with one thing or another, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and repair all of our buildings while we're sitting here. And this factory already has district heating. Okay. We'll play around with them in just a minute, but we'll install robots right there. Let's just go ahead and upgrade the infrastructure we have right now. I think that might be our best plan for eking out a bit more efficiency. So our power is a little bit better off right now. We still don't have the upgrade coins that we need, though. So let's go. Gas plant is going to negatively affect just about everybody. That's understandable. Nobody likes gas. Neither the bearer, nor the sharer, or the wearer. I don't know. I'm running out of words. I was trying to make that clever, but I ran out of cleverness right in the middle. If only it was the first time. So we'll build another power plant right there. We'll repair you. Just to make sure that you continue running properly. Hey, keep going. I accidentally clicked you. I didn't mean that. Wind farms work best. Yeah, I'm going to try and install wind farms, I think. Just because those seem to be the... These plants right here really seem to be the primary pollutants that I'm noticing. Like the -10 is bad. That's hurtful. So we probably want to move away from coal plants and gas plants if we can help it. But that does buy us enough leeway to put in a new urban development. So we'll put in a city center right here. And I need 114,000 more people in order to get another research coin. Okay. So there's another grouping of people who are now collectively shitting in a river and causing problems for the ecosystem. We'll call them energy saving, just to say that we did to save on power. And then I'm just going to keep a close watch on how many more of these weird, I don't know, avocado looking, I don't know what the hell those are. I think it's supposed to be like a hop or something. But anyways, I want to keep an eye on how our food is being affected as we grow our population. So let's go ahead and do our next expansion. It does tell you on the tooltips, by the way. It says right here how it's going to affect you so that you can do the math. If you want to go over to the bottom left, but I'm an ignoramus, so I prefer to just like forget how much everything costs me and just make the same mistakes over and over and over again. There you go. So now that I've freely addressed my problem as a gamer, I think I'm going to drop in... Oh, we have a bunch of cash bonuses over here. These people are happy as hell. God, we need to give these people over here whatever these people are smoking. And it's mostly just trees and forests. We needed a research token so that we could build trees, I think. And I thought we had a research token coming a lot sooner than 100,000. A couple more things that need to be repaired. So let's pan around the planet and make sure that that gets done. That can't be done yet. It needs 6 adjacent city levels. God, that's going to be rough to build. Okay, well, why is it my responsibility to repair private homes? I don't mean to sound like I'm bickering with the situation here, but this is private housing. You've already paid for this, pal. Maybe it's subsidized housing or something. I don't know. In any case, it doesn't feel like it should be my problem to be doing people's personal home repairs. But I guess we will. Let's drop a new urban development right here. That's going to cost us a -4, and it may also hurt this farm right here. They're touching tips, and I feel like I've worn that joke out, so I'm just not going to make it right now. The forest should balance out unhappiness of anything else that they should be experiencing at the moment. Let's work towards an adjacency bonus so that I can expand this city out a little bit further. And we'll just displace the flora slightly. We're hurting the planet, definitely. For sure we are like damaging this planet. It is not happy with us right now, but we gotta do what we gotta do in order to make everything work. So we're low on food again. With the greenhouses, how do those work? Well, I can't do a greenhouse right now, but I can do one of our normal industrial farms, and that one's gonna give us a +24, which I think we're gonna get a bit more mileage out of that anyways, just because of careful placement. Over here, that factory's about to blow, and so while that makes it very, very popular with the other factories, it makes it very, very unpopular with our species. There's a fossil deposit right there with ground pollution. I should have thought about that before I planted the city right there, but fortunately not much that... Oh, it's because there's a tornado coming through the area. Alright, well... That's going to cost us another -4, but it'll get us our next research coin, and I can't decide if I want to use it on wind power or if I want to use it on forest. I think wind power is going to be the better call because that'll allow me to collapse some of these coal plants right here. So I think I'm going to go for wind power next. Treat this a little bit like AD whatever, where we really want to work towards wind power. That's what I call expansion. We've almost reached the company's growth mark of 1 million inhabitants. Oh, we're about to end this level anyways, so I don't even know if there's anything there that we really want to worry about. Let's go ahead and say, did we do energy saving on all of these? No, we did not. So let's go ahead and make these all energy saving so that our power doesn't take a negative dip once we get to a certain point. And then let's go ahead and finance wind power. I think we have so much coastal land that I feel like that's going to be the key to our problems right now. So let's go to electrical development. I bet you're not going to get much out of it though. What does it give? Oh, it gives you 18 power? Oh, that's way better. It only does like a tiny little bit of pollution. Well, let's go for that then. So we'll put one in right there. We'll develop out here. Basically anywhere we've got an open space, we'll start doing a wind park. Okay, personally, I wouldn't mind, but it's only that the devastation you cause on the planet is turning out very bad for business. Commission deduction. Okay, that's fine. This is totally expected. I knew we were going to go over the threshold briefly, but what we can do now is we can get rid of this coal plant. So let's go ahead and drop the coal plant. And we should be alright. And so getting rid of some of these coal plants, I think... God... Infrastructure is collapsing right now. And so let's slow the game down slightly. And we're going to do our best to fix some of these problems right here. So you're producing a -20. How is that still increasing when we're getting rid of pollutants? Goods appear to be very, very low. Slow the game down even further. Did one of our goods factories blow up? What happened here? There it is. Okay, so I figured we had a problem around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and collect the cash bonus from over on this side. And since we can't subsidize forests, I probably shouldn't have bought as many upgrades. I think that's what's getting me in trouble. And since power's at +15... Yeah, let's get rid of one of these gas plants. That'll make us break even, and we'll be okay. And then we could put in wind power elsewhere. We've already got automated robots over here, so that's okay. Let's get that building destroyed. We're trying to fix the damage we've done now. We can also fix this by offsetting with trees, but I'm thinking that's the fundamental problem I made, is that I bought too many upgrades. And so we're almost done with the level, but still. Why is stuff just spontaneously exploding? It just becomes a ruin? Okay, so that might be our problem then. The buildings actually stay there. Let's fix everything for right now. We'll deconstruct, but they appear to still... They appear to still drain out the resources that they're attached to, even if they're a ruin. Which is a little bit weird. So anyways, wear and tear is definitely pretty high in this area right now. The combined effects of the planet exploding and being destroyed. Ah, there it is. So now we're coming back down. But we're negative on goods and we're negative on power. Okay, so let's let the planet recover for a minute. I'm thinking that's going to be my call for the moment. Let's hang out. Our population has hit its maximum, so we're out of goods right now, so nobody else is going to move in. That's perfectly fine. We don't need any population explosions right now anyways. That caused by low structural integrity, a malfunction to stop production until you repair this site. Well, where is it? Okay, so let's go ahead and produce right there. And now everybody's out of power, which makes them very, very unhappy. It's pretty interesting how quickly this whole thing snowballs and gets worse on you. God, tornadoes everywhere. What is up with this planet? Do they build this planet out of Oklahomas? This is ridiculous. It's like a planet made out of Kansas. Let's see here. Environmentally, I can't take the edge off a lot of this stuff much further. Wind Park is only going to do 6. Okay, so there's an 18. Let's go ahead and get the 18 out. And once the 18's out, we'll see if we can't fold up another coal plant and find some kind of pleasant middle ground where we're no longer like annihilating the environment. Oh, the coal plant's producing 28 though. That's pretty brutal. Okay, so the environment's gonna have to suffer for a minute while we get this all sorted out. Let's destroy some rocks on the coast right there so that we can put in another power plant. Just gonna have to suffer for a bit. Destroy that ruin because it's in the way. Put in another wind park right there. That counts as coast, but I don't think it's large enough for us to get a wind park in. Oh, our wind park got ruined too. That's the other problem while we have no power. Okay, so it's all making so much more sense right now. Things are breaking all over the place that I'm not even noticing. It's okay, we can fix all these problems though. I mean, our planet is sort of dying and keeling inwards on itself, but we caught it soon enough to where I think we can get away with fixing it. None of these count as coast. I mean, they look pretty coasty to me. Just saying. It definitely looks like it has some form of beach upon it. We can build one right there, so let's go for it. Let's collect our bonuses, and then we'll figure out what we can close down. So obviously this coal plant needs to go, so we'll get rid of you to help fix the environment a little bit. Taking some damage over on this side, and that should bring us up pretty positive once we get rid of it. There we go. And so as you can see right there, we're gaining plus 22. I don't know if the planet internally, as the game works, has some sort of HP value, but it's saying plus 22 up and over here. And so I think that should allow us to fix our planet pretty quickly. I mean, we're definitely trying to wipe the tears from Native American eyes right now, and additionally attempting to make Captain Planet happy. Need a repair over there. They don't have goods, obviously, so they're grumped out. I want to get rid of that final plant. Like, I really, really sincerely want to get rid of this final coal plant. We've got, it's doing plus 28. Let me see if I can find one more spot to slap down a wind plant. Technically, I could get rid of the gas factory. Let's get rid of the gas factory instead. It actually leaves us in a better spot, and we'll just replace it where it stands. But God, these tornadoes are really just like blowing us a new asshole right now. This is bad. They're not ripping us a new one because I don't feel like they would rip. I mean, obviously they can rip stuff apart because it's really super fast wind, but they don't actually like grab it with a hand and be like, rah, like a phone book or anything, and they're just getting in there blowing things around. So here, what I would prefer to do, this still counts as coast, huh? Oh, and you can put them adjacent to one another too. Ah, well that's cool. That actually makes it not quite so terrible. A bit more acceptable, if I'm honest. And there's another one right there. Okay, drop another one. And so we're going to try and get all of our wind needs taken care of right this second. This is going to hurt our rating because they do slightly pollute. I mean, I don't know if they count like slapping birds out of the air or anything as slightly polluting. But for whatever reason, they generate a little bit of pollutants. And so what we want to do now is let's get rid of all of our coal power and all of our gas power. That should allow us to fix things a little bit, and then that'll put us in a wonderful final stretch to finish off the planet and leave it not quite so decimated. So there it is. We're up to a plus 49, so yeah, we should bounce back pretty quickly right now. Got a factory right there, but it's just not producing enough. Instead, let's pan around and make sure we don't have repairs to do right now. I just want to make sure. What does this say about deserts? Lands dry out caused by climate change. Invest your research tokens and cash in renewable technologies. Oh, that's my fault that the ground is looking rather sandy and veiny right now. My bad. My bad, planet. I didn't mean it. It was an accident. So yeah, we had a bit of a rough adjustment period right there, but we should be alright. Do they re-become fertile after we fix the planet, would be my other question. Tornadoes over here just causing problems, just trolling all over the place. So with 2 factories, we're not making it right now. We're sitting at plus 42 though, which means that we can afford to install another one. So let's just go ahead and do it now. It's going to give us a minus 12, so we'll still be at plus 30. The environment will still be recovering, and then what we'll do is we'll upgrade that as well, which will hurt the environment slightly, but it'll allow us to start growing our population one more time. We don't really need the money from growing our population, but I do like this game. I like this game a lot, in fact. Oh, it costs a ton more. It's going to cost us minus 9 to upgrade that one. It's almost... Maybe I shouldn't have gone with robots. I'm not seeing the long-term cost right here. Okay, and so we're sitting a little bit prettier. Let's speed the game up right now. We will roll around and try and offset the destruction being caused by the environment. Don't appear to be anything else over here that's worrying. And so what I would intend to do is I would actually like to fix the planet before we cash in on this mission, because it does negatively affect your score by pretty substantial amounts. Okay, so we're sitting alright right now. It's not so bad. We should be able to even out. I don't know how long it's going to take. We're at plus 25 right now. So I'm thinking we should be able to even out at some point. We've already upgraded just about everything that can be upgraded. At least everything that we have a research token for. Definitely stingy on the research token, so you have to be careful. We almost bought ourselves into a corner during the course of this mission, and I don't like to buy corners. I prefer the entire house. Let's go ahead and... or the entire domicile. Entire domicile. Let's see. I have more problems occurring over here, so let's get that going. And that has left us at a pleasant 3 more residential areas that we have to build in order for everything to be okay. We'll drop one right there. It's going to cost us 2 on the environment, and 6 goods, 6 food, and 4 electricity. So we can build 2 of these right now without bottoming ourselves out. Go and fast forward through this right here. It is saying that we have a problem, which is going to be over in this area. So let's go ahead and repair both of those just to ensure that they don't turn into ruins. So I think we've got room for 1 more with regards to both our power I would love to find another coastal spot that I can drop this in at. But the land formations just aren't right. They're kind of resisting us right now. You would think a desert would be a great place to harvest wind power. There's one right there. So we'll drop it right there. That'll help out a little bit. And giving us extra power. I think all we need right now is an extra factory to build goods. After which point we should be 100% just ready to roll out on this level. So let's put the factory somewhere where it's not going to bother things, like out in the desert. So there's a minus 12. That may put us, we're at plus 12, so that's going to put us almost into the negative. But it's not as bad as it might be. I think all I have left are factories. Let me pan around one more time to figure out if there's any coal factories left. I don't think there are. Oh no, we have a coal plant right there. We'll destroy that bastard. Get it on out of here. That'll even us out really, really nicely. How are we at a -5 power? I've put in a ton of these things out here. There's 18, 18, desert, desert land, fishing ground. That's weird. Wonder what that'll be used for later on. Maybe food production would be my best guess. I mean, it's kind of an obvious thing, but, you know, I'm daft at the best of times, so I have to dither around with an idea before it finally reaches the point of concretion in my head. I'd really like to make use of some of this land out here, but it's simply just not available. I haven't unlocked the greenhouses or anything. I do like the way there's like multiple strategies and ways that you could have attacked this level. I do find that to be entertaining. We'll put in a 14 power right there just to make up for the remainder. We've got more than enough goods right now. Let's go ahead and drop our last few city districts in, and then everything should be okay. I think, anyways. We should have more than enough right now. I think it takes 6 of like everything for us to drop a city district. We get 50,000 people out of each one. We also hurt the environment by like a -3 out of each one, so, you know. Now it is important to note you can easily cheat your score by just sitting here until you get way, way, way up into the positive once you have like a +1 emission score. Let me fix whatever it is that's broken here that is flagging for me. Lots and lots of happy people. And so without further ado, let's drop a capstone in this bitch. There we go. And so with the final residential family moving in to make spaghetti, be happy, and play baseball on Friday afternoons. What did I say? 1 million people? This planet can take more. Forget it. The goal is 1.5 million now. Bring it on. Oh, great. Uh-oh, I hope we don't get in trouble with the management for overcrowding the planet. So actually, I guess the mission's not over right now. That's interesting. Okay, well, I was wondering if they were going to end it so simply. Let's go ahead and keep an eye out for any other improvements we can make here. We got ourselves a research coin, so let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out how that's best going to affect us. The greenhouse affects the environment half as terribly. So part of me is leaning towards the greenhouse. However, what is the upgrade right here? A super generator. +6, but it costs us a little bit of extra cash. I'm thinking the greenhouse is where I'm going to go. So let's go ahead and drop this right here. We'll buy the greenhouse. And it doesn't hurt the environment nearly as much from what I was seeing right there. It's half as much. Okay, so it hurts the environment half as much, but we don't get quite as much out, so we may need more of them. So my plan here would be to throw... A greenhouse doesn't make people grumpy either, okay. What affects how much it produces? Because I see the number going up and down here. There's very clearly different types of... Oh, it's just general land, fossil deposit land. What does it do in a desert? 12? Weak. Okay, well let's drop a couple of these duds in. We'll go like one right there. One right there. One right there. And then we'll get rid of 2 of our greenhouses, or I'm sorry, 2 of our industrial farms, and we'll see if we come out on top. So let's bulldoze you. And we'll just keep a tentative eye on the way that things are affecting the various aspects of our planetary inhabitation. Planetary habitation? I don't think you need inhabitation there. This form of cultivation is energy intensive, but also independent from environmental and local influences. Okay, so that did hurt our power situation, so we are going to have to remedy that as well. Expanding this might be a good idea, but I don't want to bulldoze trees in order to make it happen. That's what I'm always terrified about. It will give us extra space, though, to play with. Like, how does that not count as a coast? Like, the entire tile is a coast. Weird. I feel like it's a giant middle finger pointing at me because that's very clearly like a giant coast. Actually, not a whole lot of places for power left. Well, let's handle our repair issues before anything else terrible happens. Actually, we can destroy, the reason this didn't, let's go ahead and destroy another one of these industrial farms. That's the reason why our power is so low, is because I'm not destroying enough buildings to make up for the fact that I've placed a whole bunch. Alright, let's speed it on up. That didn't negatively affect my power, or positively affect my power nearly as much as I thought it would. Okay, we still got 18 food, that's producing 22. So these are power intensive. You've got to kind of strike a fine balance. You've got to use a bunch of buildings. You can't just kind of throw things around. I don't have any coins left, but in 50,000 people, so one more residential area will have more people. Well, sitting at a +9 right now. Let's figure out the best way for us not to destroy our planet. So if I go with a gas plant over here, and stick it on top of the fossil fuel reserves, that'll get us really, really good. We'll be pretty much even, and that'll buy us some bang for our buck. Hopefully not too much bang for our buck, not enough to ignite the flames, but anyways, hopefully that'll get us a little bit of bang for our buck so that we can continue expanding. 1.5 million is a pretty rough order. Then again, if I could get rid of some of these trees, it wouldn't be so bad, and kind of push them towards the outskirts, it might be a little bit better. So I don't know. I think my next plan, we've got enough now for 2 more residential areas. So let's just go ahead and do that up front, since we know that's what we have to do and what we need to do anyways. And that'll get us another research coin, but that'll also drop us into the negative with regards to our environmental impact. And so there it is. We've got 2 more people, or 2 more crops of people living on our planet. Okay. And so having slowed the game back down again, we've gotten ourselves an additional research token, and we really, 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 really need to make sure that this thing comes out on top. Now, given how many wind generators I built, I am thinking that maybe it might be a good idea to... I am thinking that our best plan might be to spend the 1 research token on building super generators on each of these, because that gives us +6 per. However, we are going to find ourselves needing a factory really, really soon in order to continue expanding. I can get rid of the gas plant if I do this upgrade, so let's try that. We'll just see what happens here. I have a development coin, don't I? What happened to the one they just gave me? Pretty sure it said when I hit 50,000 down here I get a research token. And then it pulled the rug out from under me. Oh, I get another city. Okay, well, I don't think that helps out quite as much as what I was going for. We can, however, drop a 3rd city right here, I guess. Help out and give us a little bit more space. It'll also allow us to get to the bottom of that mine right there. We'll get rid of this one too. And thinking about where I want to place some of my final stuff. Damn, I really need that super generator. I am sort of thinking about just making a run on it and just seeing what happens. Like, technically you can buy your way out of this problem by putting in forests. Basically, I can attack this from 2 directions. I can either start planting forests and buy those. Well, anyways, let's drop a factory because we're gonna have to do it either way. Food is now low. So we'll drop a greenhouse. Which is then gonna drop our power low. Okay, and so now that power is low, we're at a -26 again. We are hurting right now. It's like you try to make the changes you need to make, but you gotta put the game on slow, I guess, in order to stay ahead of it. Too many factories just annihilating everything. I'm thinking the wind park. Well, I may do the trees. Just to see if we can dig ourselves out here. Just throw wind parks everywhere at this point. We did inherit a bunch of coastline. Let me see if any of these are usable for that purpose. Okay. I'm actually going to cancel that the second it's up. I'm actually going to destroy it. And so we've got 2 more of those up. Factories are doing okay. Now we need to get more people moved in so that we can offset. Okay, so we have more than enough power now. Power should be good for a long, long period, which means I can collapse this, repair the factory so that it doesn't explode on me. And then the final little bit that I'd like to do is, where did that factory go? Or I'm sorry, that oil plant go? We can actually fold in that oil plant now because we have coastline again. Not a lot, but a little. I'm willing to bet this will more than likely be coastline right here too. But anyways, let's find this oil plant. Where is that gas plant at that's just causing us major, major problems? So minus 25 from right there. That's fine, because that'll save us like 16 environmental hazard as well. And so down it goes. And that number should slowly drop off in just a moment. So we're down to a minus 16, which is still pretty bad, but not as bad as it could be. I think honestly you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, chances are, with how many people we have living on this planet right now, kind of using everything up. And so let's go ahead and drop that right there. I think I'm going to break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Imagine Earth, which is by the Series Brothers. If this game looks interesting or intriguing to you, it comes out on May 15th. Look down in the description below for the information so that you can pre-order and get it into your Steam library so that once it releases you can play the first 2 missions, namely the ones we've played during this Let's Play and a new one that's going to release on the 15th. Take care out there, everybody, and I'll see you next time.